Alright, this video picks up from the Underworld Prison 2. If you remember, we go straight here under the spike balls, and that was to the Magic Cave of Ice. So we're just going to take our rhombus key back and turn right. That's where the ice wall used to be, but it is now melted because the ice boss has been defeated. This area here is really the beginning of the endgame area. There's actually not a whole lot left. We just have to do a little exploring and then a bunch of boss killing. This puzzle here is what we've been collecting the shrine keys for, all 2 of them. Now what you're supposed to do is put the 2 shrine keys in and then turn the dials to the correct way via the reference in the painting. But you'll see in a moment here that's not what we're going to do first. We do have to put the shrine keys in, and then instead of turning the dials, we're simply just going to try the door. That is, after I go the wrong way for a second. Just to show you, the area we're going to come out here in a second was that little brown hallway. Now we're going to go try the door, and instead of the door opening, we fall through the floor. Now there are mobs here, so you want to have your healing spells ready. And that's what we've come all this way for. Another dragon crystal. This time we are going to turn the dials so they're the correct position. You turn the left one twice so the crescent is facing inward, and then the right one once so the shrine symbol is facing inward. That matches the painting, and now it means when we try the door, it will open. You'll obviously want to turn right here first, and you'll see we spend a bunch of time in this room. Though all we need to do is get that one key on the pedestal, that red water elemental there drops the best helmet in the game, so it's worth it to kill him. But he's a lot easier to kill once all his minions are dead, and combined there's enough experience in this room to make it worth your while. So I spend the time and kill everybody in here. It's up to you whether you think that's worthwhile or not. So whether you kill all the elementals or not, what you really need to do is trade your elf key for the dark crystal. Now, this is a very full room full of water elementals. You don't really see me fight them in this video because I'm already sick of them. There's 3 important things to pick up. First, that water crystal. Second, after we find the right location here, you talk to this pedestal, which in short will say you can have Seath's sword, which is the 3rd strongest sword in the game. Now, it's to the right of the pedestal after we're done speaking to it, but I wanted to go over to the tree really quick because I remembered it. I wanted to show you guys where another dragon crystal might be. There's the tree. There isn't a dragon crystal there in my game. I'm still unsure as to how they work, but sometimes there will be a crystal there. So anyway, we'll go back to the pedestal, and then to the right of it, stuck in the wall, is Seath's sword. I don't do a good enough job of showing where the third item is in the video. So if you head left from the pedestal, you went right to the sword, and if you head left, you come across the graves along the far wall. The second one contains Sif's bracelet. Depending on the settings of your TV, it'll be very dark in this room. You can see mine isn't that dark. But if you go in and search the ground randomly, you'll find the dark leggings. Now I know I seem a little crazy with the amount of searching I was doing here, but I could have sworn there was something in a secret compartment. And you'll see in just a moment that I was right. It was only a rhombus key, but it was there, and I felt much better to find it. So from this location, we turn around, the secret compartment was there, we get our rhombus key, and we go back. Now, left of this dark area, it's actually a very dangerous setup with archers. They have the ability to stun you, and it happens quite frequently. The missile shield doesn't even actually do anything about it. We're going to go into base number 6 here. Most importantly, to get this crystal flask. That would be the horrible stun I was talking about, and there are even worse cases of it coming up. And just for the record, you can use certain spells and items to get out of it, but I don't prefer to, despite the fact that I rarely use my items because I've been playing Kingsfield for so long. I misplaced the secret door once again. It's along this wall here. After we get it open, we're going to travel along, kill more of those annoying archers that stun us, and then we'll come across switches we have to make sure to turn off to retract more of those swinging spike ball sets. That's right, there is a secret room within a secret room. It'll lead us to a second switch we have to turn off. Now there are two more secret compartments, one on each side of this donut-shaped room. One contains a fairly useless demon pick. But the other contains a second amulet of mist, something you don't need. At this point, if you somehow don't have enough gold for the gold key, you can sell the amulet of mist and you will certainly have enough. This exit here is back in the main hallway. It's further down from the archers. I'm going to go right first to go back the way we came, so I can show you the spike balls that we turned off, as well as a couple of other things. This door on our right here is actually towards the very end of the game, and to the left is a save point where we will be putting the sun key once we have it. Now we can head back, and then on our left will be the entrance to this hallway we just used. We go further down the steps, battle a bunch of skeletons. This room is a big lava room. We're going to collect 3 different items from here and warp out after each time to walk all the way back. It's a bit of a process, but it's worth it compared to what we have to do instead. So first we jump down to this one pedestal, grab a fire crystal, and warp out. Now the reason we're warping out is because that pedestal we landed on, those are what we walk across to get from one side of the room to the other. And it's usually deadly. So we're going to jump the other way off the bridge now. We will walk across, run across one gap. You want to make sure to run. Then this guy, I have no idea what he is, but you have to find a way to talk to him. He says all that, and then drops the Psych Pros collar. This third time we're going to take the planks all the way across and follow the path down to find ourselves another piece of verdite in the chest. suddenly we have teleported here, again by the magic of camera work. It is now time to buy the gold key. As I said before, if you happen to not have enough money, you can sell your second amulet of mist so that you have enough money. There are multiple items you can get with the gold key, but only a couple are really worth our time. So I'm going to quickly go to each of those three. If you happen not to recognize the areas, I apologize. This first one is very near the beginning of the game, near the, I believe, the South Village. You drop down into a hole instead of crossing the bridge, and you'll find this locked chest. This is why we haven't come here before, because you need the gold key. It opens to give us our 4th Earth Crystal. For the second treasure, we're going to go back to Harvine's castle. What I said before about needing Harvine's flute now makes sense, because we have both it and the gold key, which means we can unlock the important chest at the end. That would be the sun key, but we're not done here yet. There's a hole behind us in the very center of this tower. We're going to fall into it, and it is a long fall, so if you need to heal yourself, make sure to do so. That chest is what we need the gold key for. When we open it, we will be rewarded with a lightwave ring. The third and final important treasure to get with the gold key is in the Earth Cave, which is after the big mine. So that's where this video is going to start. On our way, however, we're going to stop in the Poison Caves to make sure to give Tio, one of the two bodies that are lying there not responding to us, a figure of Seath. Giving him the figure will prompt him to stand up, and he will leave and return home, finally. after he's returned home, I don't believe you see me take advantage of it in this video, because the item's not actually that useful in my opinion. But he's the father of Gigi, the little girl that's by herself with the flowers in front of the yard. If you go talk to him after you rescued him, he'll give you an item called Seath's Tear, which basically, if you have that equipped, it'll destroy itself and give you another chance at life. Basically like a dragon crystal. And once again, unfortunately, the recording got quite crappy, but this guy here, when I come to him, is Tio. He's the one you will be trading the figure of Seath to. One last quick note, you don't see me warp out right away because this earth elemental that respawns here in the earth cave supposedly can drop a rare weapon called the spider sword. Now it's not even as good as Thief's sword, and there are 2 blades better than that, but still if you're trying to collect everything, he's the one who drops it. I've never had him drop it though.